How do you handle stressful situations? Give some examples of stressful situations you've dealt with in the past. Tell how you use time management, problem solving, or decision-making skills to reduce stress. For example, tell them that making a to-do list helps. Cite stress-reducing techniques such as stretching and taking a break. Don't be afraid to admit that you will ask for assistance if you are feeling overwhelmed. If it's true, say you actually work better under pressure. Are you competitive in the workplace?
The question, are you competitive, is another trick question in an interview. And it's one of those, you're darned if you do and you're darned if you don't. Because if you say, well, I'm very competitive, then you may be perceived as being highly aggressive and someone who may not have good people skills. If you say, no, I'm not competitive, then the interviewer may think that you're weak and that you're not going to be proactive about getting the job done. So once again, put a positive spin on how you answer this question. You can say things like, I love the word competitive in the realm of business because I think that's a very important component in terms of being successful. However, I would never be competitive to the point where it injured someone else or impacted someone else's life negatively. Competition is fine in its place, but I prefer to refer to myself as being very excellence-oriented and performance-oriented, and that will really get the interviewer's attention.
What is the toughest problem you have had to face, and how did you overcome it? Try to make this about a problem that faced your company and not just you or your particular work group. The bigger the problem, the better. Give specific examples of the skills and techniques you use to resolve this problem. Emphasize the successful results. Be generous in sharing credit if it was a team effort, but be sure to highlight your specific role. What do you think it takes to be successful? Have you ever had to discipline a problem employee? If so, how did you handle it? This is a likely question if the position for which you are applying requires supervisory duties. Explain how you use problem-solving skills, listening skills, and coaching skills to help the employee. If those techniques turned the employee around, be sure to say so. If those techniques failed, tell how you followed the company's policies and what the end result was. Why did you leave your last job?
Why did you leave your last job is another semi-tricky question that most interviewers ask, and it's a valid question for them to ask. They have a right to know why you did leave your last employer. If you left your last employer on terms that weren't the most positive, then downplay those issues and tell the interviewer that you left your last position because you were seeking a better opportunity. You're not lying, that's the absolute truth, and hopefully the position for which you're now interviewing is that better opportunity. If you left your last employer on good terms, then there's absolutely nothing that can get you into trouble with that answer. Once again, you can just put a positive spin on it and say, I was looking for an opportunity that would allow me to stretch and grow even more than my last position provided for me.
Why do you want this position? Here's where your research about the company will help you stand out among the other candidates. Explain how you've always wanted the opportunity to work with a company that provides a vital public service, leads the industry in innovative products, whatever. Find something specific about that company that you can tie in with your answer. Explain how your qualifications and goals complement the company's mission, vision, and values. Use specific examples. If you are applying for a position in a company for which you already work, explain how you'll be able to apply and expand on the knowledge and experience you've gained from your current position, and will be able to increase your contributions and value to the company through your new responsibilities.
Answer the question, why do you want to work here, with a very simple response, and that is because I feel that this is the environment where I can best make the most contributions utilizing my skills, my unique areas of expertise. Everything that I have been developing in terms of my career to this point will be best served in this company. Now, also be sure that you have researched the company, that you know what they do, you know what their mission statement is, you know what their short and long-term goals are. If you are armed with that information, you can really answer any question that they ask you from that vantage point, and that's absolutely critical. So tie your experience and skills into what is this company really looking to do, and how can I really help them achieve their objectives. That's really what the interviewer is looking for.
Why are you the best person for this job? As with all other questions, be confident and enthusiastic when you answer this. Don't try to say you are the best qualified person, because you don't know the qualifications of the other applicants. Instead, emphasize several reasons why you should be hired. For example, I've got extensive experience in, name the appropriate field, and have the specific skills you are looking for. I'm a fast learner who adapts quickly to change and will hit the ground running. I'm dedicated and enthusiastic about helping your company meet its goals and will provide top quality results with minimal oversight. I'm an outstanding performer who takes pride in my work. You won't have any regrets when you hire me.
I love the question, why should I hire you? That's the best question that any interviewer can ask, and it's your opportunity to really nail that interview. You have the opportunity to now bullet point your greatest strengths and all of the things that you can best do for this company in that position. So make sure you know your key messages early on before you start the interview process. What are the 3 strongest things that you can bring to a company? What are your 3 greatest skills? What are your 3 greatest accomplishments? If you can memorize those things and be able to keep referring back to them during an interview, that's perfect. And be sure to tell the employer why you're different. Why are you different from everybody else? Hopefully your resume, your interview has gone well. Everything about you has said, I'm different, I'm unique, I'm better than everybody else.
Unexpected questions. Interview questions and answers can only be predicted and prepared for to a certain extent. There are endless variations and no way to know every question in advance. But that doesn't matter, because you know there will be unexpected questions. You will not cringe or freak out when they pop up, as some applicants will. Instead, you will turn them into opportunities to shine even more brightly. No one knows you better than you. Memorize a list of your best features, your best selling points. Use every opportunity and unexpected question to mention these. Realize that sometimes what you say isn't as important as how you say it. Be confident, enthusiastic, and remember to smile often.
The end of the interview is where you really have the opportunity to shine. And the best way is to wait for that employer to ask you, do you have any final questions for me? This is a great, great moment in the interview because you get to lean forward, look them squarely in the eye, give them a great smile, and say, may I have the job? Best way in the world to end that interview. They won't be expecting that question. And many times, I've had clients come back and say, you know what? They said yes right there and then. So use that question and that moment to your advantage. It's the only time you'll get it. If an employer doesn't call you back after an interview, don't be shy about calling them. It's very important for you to be proactive about your career search. So don't wait. They may be busy, they may be out of town, they may be interviewing other people. So it's important for you to keep your name and your resume in the front of their mind while they're going through that decision-making process. It's also imperative that the day you interview with this employer, you send a handwritten thank you note to them and to anyone else in the office who may have assisted you, their assistant, their receptionist, anyone else. And again, that helps to keep your name and your face in the front of their minds at all times.